mostly in the book of Psalms, may kita natin yung panalangin ng pag-iyak, pagsumbong sa Diyos ng isang tao. Pero at the end of each psalm, makikita din natin yung kanilang pananampalataya sa Diyos na hindi magmamaliw at hindi mawawala kailanman. Pero itong book ng Psalm 88, it is different. Actually, dalawa lang ang book na meron sa buong 150 chapters ng Psalms na ganito. Sa Psalm 88, isa sa Psalm 39. Sa Psalm 88, nagtapos siya sa ganito: kadiliman lang yung aking kasama, or darkness is my only friend. Sa Psalm 39 naman, ang sinabi, turn your face away from me, God, so that I can smile. Makikita natin sa dalawang ito yung difference, the rest doon sa 148 chapters. Why would they let yung Psalm 88 and Psalm 39 na mailagay sa talata or mailagay sa salita ng Diyos? Verse 1, O Lord, the God of my salvation, I have cried out by day and in the night before you. Let my prayer come before you. Incline your ear to my cry, for my soul had enough troubles, and my life has drawn near to Sheol. And it speaks so much of lament, of grief, of suffering, higit lalo of unanswered prayers. Sa pagtawag niya sa Diyos, makikita natin that He is a believer. Mananampalataya siya. At the same time, siya rin yung nagsabi na, Panginoon, araw at gabi akong nananalangin sa iyo, pero hindi natatapos yung aking troubles. Hindi natatapos yung aking grief. Hindi natatapos yung aking paghihirap. Hindi natatapos yung aking kalungkutan. Siya rin yung nagsabi na darkness is my only friend. In the last verse, sa verse 18, you have removed lover and friend far from me. My acquaintances are in darkness. Hindi natin ito maiiwasan. Hindi natin ito pwedeng hindi harapin. Dahil darating at darating yung troubles sa buhay natin. But what should we do in times of troubles? What should we do kapag naramdaman natin yung kagaya ng naramdaman ng tao na to? Na parang nandun lang siya sa isang sulok na maging ang Diyos ay hindi siya kayang abutin. Na yung pakiramdam niya that God has left him alone. When we talk about darkness, it usually speaks about two things. Outward circumstances and yung inward circumstances. If yung outward circumstances sa buhay ng bawat isa sa atin, marami. Life, health, job, family, love or romance. At kahit maranasan natin yung mga outward circumstances in this life, kapag yung loob naman natin is filled with presence ni God, kaya nating makaget over, kaya natin naharapin ang kahit anong bagay. Pero kapag both outside and inside circumstances na ng buhay natin, yung nagdidilim, napakiramdam natin, iniwan tayo ng lahat, higit lalo, iniwan tayo ng Diyos. Para bang mahirap? Napakahirap. If you watch Harry Potter, or read the book Harry Potter, yung Philosopher's Stone, there is one mirror that what is called Ezeret, if I'm not mistaken. Pag binasa natin siya ng baliktad, desire. So basically, ang ginagawa nito, kapag humarap ka sa mirror na yun, papakita nito yung deepest desire and longing ng isang tao. Si Harry Potter, nung humarap siya, nakita niya yung kanyang parents. Masaya sila. At yun yung kanyang desire kasi hindi niya naabutan, nabuhay yung kanyang mga magulang. And then tinawag niya ang kanyang friend, si Ron Weasley. And then nakita ni Ron Weasley isang sports champion. We all have this desire. We all have this longing in life. And siguro isa sa longing ng isang tao sa kanyang buhay is hindi siya makaranas ng suffering, ng paghihirap. That we can become anti-fragile, na kaya natin, na hindi tayo basta-basta matitinag ng kahit anong shock na dumating sa buhay natin. But it will not happen. And it will happen. But the real question and the reality is that how should we face this shocks sa buhay ng bawat isa sa atin? How should we face such dark times sa buhay ng bawat isa sa atin? Although darkness may last for a while, there is mercy in here. There is mercy because we know that the Bible is realistic. There is a quote from the Princess Bride: "Life is full of pain, Your Highness. Anything who says differently must be selling something." And it is true. It is true that the Bible doesn't sell you anything. The Bible doesn't promise that in this life, hindi ka makakaranas ng paghihirap. In fact, ang sinasabi pa sa mga salita ng Diyos, do not be surprised by the fiery trials that you are facing. And then tayo we are saying na hindi natin ito mararanasan kahit naranasan ito ng Panginoong Hesus. Kung yung Panginoong Hesus ay naranasan yung paghihirap, naranasan niya rin kung paano siya talikuran ng kanyang mga mahal sa buhay, ng kanyang mga disipulo, maging ng Diyos mismo. Kaya nga ang sinigaw niya at ang sinabi niya, my God, why have you forsaken me?" At naranasan ng Panginoong Hesus yung darkness. What makes us think that we can also escape dark times in our lives? What makes us believe that we can never encounter such things in our life? If Jesus did it, if Jesus experienced it, if the disciples of Jesus experienced it, how much more tayo? Usually as Christians, kaya tayo nasasaktan because of false hope and false expectation. Kagaya nga nung sinabi natin, marami kasi yung nagsasabi na kapag ikaw ay Kristiyano, walang kahit anong bagay ang pwedeng masamang mangyari sa iyo. Napupuno yung buhay natin, yung puso natin ng hindi totoong pag-asa. At napupuno tayo ng false expectation. Kaya naman kapag nagkasakit tayo, nawalan tayo, naubos tayo, nalugi tayo, tanong natin, Lord, bakit? Bakit ako nakakaranas ng ganito? Hindi ba't anak mo ko? You see, half of the pain that we are experiencing is a result of false expectations. If we believe na walang mangyayaring hindi maganda sa atin, at kapag may nangyaring hindi maganda sa atin, ang automatic na sisisihin ng tao ay ang Diyos. What is true is that the Bible doesn't promise any Christian na kapag siya'y naniwala at nampalataya sa Diyos ay hindi siya makakaranas ng paghihirap. Suffering comes in numerous forms and is inevitable. Tingnan natin kung ano yung mga sinasabi at mga nararanasan pa noong psalmist as we read on the verses starting verse 4. I am reckoned among those who go down to the pit. I have become like a man without strength, forsaken among the dead, like the slain who lie in the grave, whom you remember no more, and they are cut off from your hand. You have put me in the lowest pit, in dark places, in the depths. Your wrath has rested upon me, and you have afflicted me with all your waves. You have removed my acquaintances far from me. You have made me an object of loathing to them. I am shut up and cannot go out. Although darkness may take a while, dark times or darkness is the best place to learn about the grace of God. Sa mga panahon ng kadiliman, kawalan, doon natin mas nakikita at mas mararanasan yung biyaya, kahabagan, pag-ibig at pagyakap ng ating Panginoon. Bagamat sinabi niya that darkness is only friend, or para bang pakiramdam niya, pinabayaan siya maging ng Diyos, bagamat pakiramdam niya iniwan siya ng Diyos, pakiramdam niya yun. That is his subjective feelings. But objectively, God has never left him. The very presence of Psalm 88 in the scriptures, in the Bible, is a witness that God understands and God knows how we speak when we are desperate. So what was this person was experiencing? It could be a health problem. Second is yung feeling of isolation. Sabi niya, in verse 4, wala na siyang lakas. Para na siyang isa sa patay. Ang pakiramdam niya, he's the walking dead. Or he's a walking dead. Sabi niya pa, dinala daw siya ng Diyos doon sa pinakaibaba ng paghihirap. At yung affliction na kanyang nararanasan ay parang dumadating sa kanya na isang alon. Ang alon kailanman hindi napapagod sa pagparoon at parito. Hindi napapagod at hindi tumitigil yung isang alon sa paghampas nito sa buhangin ng dagat. Ganun yung nararanasan niya. Walang tigil, walang sawa, walang pagod na paghihirap na lang yung nararanasan niya sa kanyang buhay. At the same time, he is also isolated. Ang sabi niya, tinanggal mo Panginoon, maging yung mga kaibigan ko at yung mga kasama ko. There is a kind of pain that is mothering. And that is when you have someone whom you love deeply and sees him or her in his suffering. That itself is a unique form of suffering. Knowing that we cannot do anything to ease his pain, to ease her pain, to ease the burden and his or her suffering, that is a unique form of suffering. To be isolated, to be rejected by people. I know there have been many recoveries that have happened during our pandemic, but imagine what kind of suffering those people are facing through. Imagine the rejection of a frontliner who has become a positive of COVID-19. Imagine how he or she feels even after serving fellow countrymen, fellow Filipinos, and being rejected by them for the very purpose of restoring their health. The world is in pain. The world is suffering. Although may face tayong pandemic right now, But hindi lang naman natatapos doon. May climate change, may terrorist group attacks, merong giyera, depression rate is high, suicidal rate is high. Para bang hindi natatapos at hindi matatapos na gulo. Ang philosophy ng Greek before was that yung knowledge, kapag mas umangat siya ng umangat, ay gaganda ang buhay. Kung gagamitin ng tama. Kung gagamitin ng tama. Totoo naman na gumaan yung buhay ng tao because of industrialization and technology, modern science. But the same technology, the same knowledge, and the same modern science is being used para sa giyera, para sa kamatayan ng iba, para sa pagpaparusa sa iba, para sa pagpapakita ng social injustice sa iba. It's the same. Although we see yung advancement ng knowledge ng tao, we can also see the real nature of human itself. And it is not good. So here, in Psalm 88, makikita natin lahat ng kanyang nararanasan na hinagpis, lahat ng kanyang paghihirap, lahat ng hindi magandang nangyayari sa kanyang buhay. In verse 9, ang sabi niya, "My eyes has washed away because of affliction. I have called upon you every day, O Lord. I have spread out my hands to you." Sabi niya, Panginoon, inulit niya, araw at gabi akong nananalangin sa iyo. Tinataas ko pa yung kamay ko sa iyo. Binibigyan kita ng papuri sa lahat, pero bakit hindi mo ako tinutugon sa aking panalangin? Bakit hindi mo ako sinasagot? Isa sa mahirap sagutin sa buhay is why. Why? Oh, this is not the first time na meron tayong makikitang ganitong klaseng character sa Biblia. There is another person, kagaya nung sa writer ng Psalm 88, na naka-experience din ng darkness in his life. It was Job. Remember Job? Or do you know Job? Job was a righteous man before God. But then Satan came and accused God. God, kaya lang naman nagpupuri sa iyo si Job? Kaya lang naman nanampalataya sa iyo si Job? Kaya lang naman naniniwala sa iyo si Job? Kaya lang naman nagdadasal sa iyo si Job? Kasi binibless mo siya. Kasi binibigyan mo siya ng maraming bagay. Sa bawat panalangin niya sa iyo, binibigyan mo siya. As if it's a transactional relationship between God and Job. Ano sabi ni God? Okay? Gawin mo ang kahit ano, wag lang kunin yung kanyang buhay. And then, Job experienced darkness. He lost his wife, he lost his kids, he lost his business, he lost all. At nagkaroon pa siya ng sakit na pinandidirian ng mga tao. Pero, at dahil doon, Job was also complaining to God and asking Him, why is this happening to me? And all his anger, all his complaints, all his frustrations, binibigay niya at itinataas niya sa Diyos. At kahit ganun yung ginawa ni Job, anong sabi ni God sa last part? Job honored me. How did Job honored God dun sa kanyang prayer na pagrereklamo, pagkukomplain, paglabas ng lahat ng frustration, in his grief, in his pain, in his darkness? How did that honor God? simply because he prayed to God. Bagamat anger, bagamat complaint, bagamat grief, bagamat pain, bagamat darkness yung sinasambit ni Job, siya pa rin ay nanalangin sa Diyos. Siya pa rin ay dumulog sa Diyos. Siya pa rin ay tumawag sa Diyos. Kagaya ni Job, yung psalter na to, ng writer ng Psalm 88, bagamat hindi maganda yung kanyang sinasambit, siya pa rin ay dumudulog sa Diyos. Bagamat sinabi niyang darkness is my only friend. Bagamat sinasabi niyang God, darkness is much more comforter than you. Because you, God, since from my youth, you have never been with me. Never. Bagamat ganun yung sinasabi niya, bagamat ganun yung frustration niya, bagamat ganun yung desperate level niya, bagamat ganun yung anguish and yung grief na nararamdaman niya, sinasabi niya pa rin ito sa Diyos. As if, God, hindi ko naiintindihan, hindi ko maiintindihan at hindi ko kayang intindihin kung ano yung nangyayari sa akin, pero naniniwala at ako at kakausapin kita at sasabihin ko sa iyo lahat ng hindi magandang nilalaman ng puso ko at nararamdaman ko. What have we learned today? First, the darkness can last a while. Second, there is no better place to know the grace of God than in dark times. Third, dark times could change you. If suffering is innumerous and inevitable at hindi ito maiiwasan, yung suffering, hindi ka nito iiwan na ganyan pa rin. It either can make you better or worse, stronger or weaker, harder or tender. Hindi ka niya iiwan na ganyan lang. Many years ago, merong book written si Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning and si Langdon Gilkey, Shanghai Compound. They were both sent into an internment camp in China during World War II by the Japanese. At after nila doon, ang usap nila, kapag nawala daw yung meaning niya sa kanyang buhay, either he would go evil or he would shrivel up like a ball and disintegrate. It doesn't leave you where you are. Suffering can make you endure or produce endurance in your life, or it could make you weaker. It could make you better, or it could make you worse. Yung hope ng hindi mananampalataya, and looking broadly to the secular viewpoint, is that hindi sila naniniwala sa Diyos, hindi sila naniniwala sa transcendence, hindi sila naniniwala anything that is supernatural, they do not, and they will not believe it in any way. At kapag yung lahat ng nasa outer circumstances ng darkness na nasa kanyang buhay ay kinuha, nawala, at yun yung purpose ng suffering, kunin at tanggalin yung lahat ng meron ka, wala siyang ibang pwedeng takbuhan. Ang Kristiyano, mawala man yung maraming bagay sa kanyang buhay, sasabihin niya pa rin, God is in control. God is his refuge and strength. Ang Diyos pa rin yung kanyang takbuhan. Ang Diyos pa rin yung kanyang sandigan. Ang Diyos pa rin yung kanyang pinaniniwalaan at pinananampalatayaan. From verse 10 onwards, he's speaking in his prayer yung sarcastic rhetorical questions na ibinibigay niya kay God. Ang sabi niya, will you perform wonders for the dead? Gagawa ka ba ng kamangha-manghang bagay para sa mga patay? In verse 11, will your loving kindness be declared in great, your faithfulness in Abaddon? Verse 12, will your wonders be made known in the darkness, and your righteousness in the land of the forgetful? Sabi niya, Panginoon, yung patay ba ang magpupuri sa iyo? Panginoon, yung bang mga spirito na yung magbibigay ng kaluwalhatian sa iyo? Yung mga patay ba? Sila yung magbibigay ng pagsamba sa iyo? Yun yung sarcastic rhetorical questions noong psalmist na nagsulat sa Psalm 88. As if sinasabi niya, God, pagalingin mo ko para magawa ko yung bagay na dapat kong gawin para sa iyo. Gusto kitang purihin, gusto kitang sambahin, gusto kitang paglingkuran, gusto kong gumawa ng maraming bagay para sa iyong kaluwalhatian, pero hindi ko magawa because of my pain, because of my sickness, because on what you, God, have stricken me. Kaya eto, yung psalmist, binibigay niya lahat yung kanyang frustration, yung kanyang desperation, yung kanyang grief, yung kanyang anger, yung kanyang complaint. Sinasabi niya as if tinuturo niya yung Diyos at sinisisi sa lahat ng hindi magandang nangyayari sa kanyang buhay. You see, suffering can make or break us, even as a Christian. Even as a Christian. And he did. He told God every sentiment that he has during that time. Ang sabi niya, gusto kitang purihin. Gusto kong gumawa ng mga bagay para sa iyo, pero hindi ko magawa kasi para na akong isang patay. I'm better off dead. Parang ganun yung kanyang sinasabi nung sinabi niya, will you perform wonders for the dead? Will the departed spirits rise and praise you? Will your loving kindness be declared in your grave? Your faithfulness in Abaddon? Will your wonders be made known in the darkness? And your righteousness in the land of forgetfulness? Sabi niya, yung batay ba yung gagawa nito sa iyo? If God, you would heal me and you would restore everything to me, magagawa ko. I want to tell the whole world about you. But then, hindi niya pa rin natagpuan yung sagot na kanyang hinahanap. Ang sinabi pa niya, O Lord, why do you reject my soul? Why do you hide your face from me? I was afflicted and I'm about to die from my youth on. I suffered your terrors, I am overcome. Your burning anger passed over me. Your terrors have destroyed me. They have surrounded me like water all day long. They have encompassed me altogether. You have removed lover and friend far from me. My acquaintances are in the darkness. He was saying, God, why are you pouring out all your wrath and anger to my life? Ever since I was a youth, I was experiencing troubles and sufferings and hardships. How did Haman, the writer of Psalm 88, become a person of greatness during the times of darkness? Almost much of the Psalms was written by him. In 1 Chronicles chapter 6, he was introduced as the musical leader of Kohathites. And many of the books from the Bible, particularly the Psalms, was written by him. That not only showing that God is merciful, that God is graceful, he is also showing how God has been faithful to him. As if he was saying, God, I do not understand what I'm going through. I don't understand what you are trying to do, but here I am, I'm holding on. Because there will be no other hope better than you. We can see the frustration, but we can also see the underlying trust, the underlying faith, and the underlying hope that God would end his suffering. how we can go through it and grow through it. The Psalter did go through it, and he did grow through it. Suffering for me and for you, kagaya ng sinabi natin kanina, either would make or break us. But if we have God in our life, and His peace in our hearts and in our minds, we can assuredly go through it and grow through it. Bagamat hindi natin nakikita, bagamat hindi natin alam yung ating gagawin, bagamat hindi natin maintindihan at hindi natin kayang intindihin yung sitwasyon na hinaharap ng bawat isa sa atin, more than pandemic, yung each and personal reasons natin of our sufferings, bagamat hindi natin alam, bagamat puno tayo ng frustration, bagamat we are desperate for answers, bagamat we are facing such sufferings in life, kagaya ng waves na hindi napapagod tuloy-tuloy at maraming dumadating sa buhay natin na hindi natin kayang pigilan, ni hindi natin kayang takbuhan o taguan. Yung bawat nararanasan na to, there should be always a underlying trust to God. Magtiwala tayo sa Kanya. Dahil bagamat hindi natin nakikita, hindi natin nauunawaan at hindi natin naiintindihan ang lahat ng ito, hindi pa rin dapat nawawala sa puso ko at sa isip ko, sa puso mo at sa isip mo na ang Diyos ay may ginagawa. At walang bagay na anuman ditong sa mundong ito ang hindi niya kontrol at hindi niya hawak. Huwag natin isipin kailanman na yung COVID-19 ay wala na sa kamay ng Diyos. Huwag natin isipin na ano ba pang iba pang nararanasan natin ay wala sa kamay ng Diyos, dahil walang kahit anong bagay ang makakalabas sa kamay ng Diyos.